Here are a few of my favorite stretches and mobility exercises that I'm going to share with you. So first we're going to start with the world's greatest stretch. You're just going to start standing and you're going to come down to the floor. So you can take a step back with one foot, bring your hands to the floor here, okay? And you're going to get a nice stretch. Now if this is too much, you can drop that leg that's behind. You can drop it down to the ground. And we're just going to reach up. The knee that's in front, that same arm is going to reach up. We bring it down. We're going to come up here, okay? And you might need to step that back leg in just a little bit. And we're going to do a little bit of a, try to straighten that front leg so you get into that hamstring. Straighten, bend both knees a little bit, and then step together. So let's do the other side. I'll turn this way. Other foot steps back. Hands come to the ground. Now if going to the ground is too much, you can always come here and get that little bit of a stretch. We'll come to the ground here. And then we're going to reach up and then down. And remember, you can always drop that back knee to the floor if you need to. And then we're going to come back up. You can bring that back foot in a little bit. Try to straighten that front leg. Bend both legs and step together. And you want to repeat that a couple of times. The next one I'm going to show you is hip swivels. This one's great, especially if you have any hip issues or you just need to work on your mobility in your hips. If you sit a lot during the day, this is a great one. So we're going to come down to the ground and you're going to bring your feet wide with your knees bent. Okay, hands are behind to support you sitting up nice and tall, and you're going to just drop your knees to one side. Okay, so as you drop them, you want them to be almost in 90-degree angles. So from your hip straight down to your knee and then out to the side and down. Okay, so you might need to adjust your feet a little bit if they're too close like this. Spread them out a little bit. Now, you're going to just switch side to side, hip swivels, trying to keep your chest forward as much as you can. You will rotate just a little bit, but you don't want to rotate like this. Okay, keep that chest forward and just work on rotating from your hips. The goal on this one is to eventually, if you aren't already, is to get your knees down to the ground as you swivel. Okay, but if you're just starting out, your knees might come here and that's totally fine. You don't want to force it. You're just going to work on your mobility. So you'll want to do this like 10 times. Just go side to side, nice and gentle. Remember, don't force it. Okay, that's that. The next one we're going to do is a cat-cow. This one's also great. If you sit during the day, it's a great stretch for your back and your glutes. Okay, so you're going to come down to all fours. So hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Okay, nice flat back, so you don't want to arch here. You just want a nice flat back. Push your hands into the floor so that your shoulders are not shrugging up to your ears. Okay, so nice, firm, belly buttons pulled in tight. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring your back up like you're arching like a cat. So round the back up, squeeze your tush. That's your butt, squeeze your glutes. Hold it for 5 counts. And then release, and then we're going to lift our head, and now you can bring your belly to the floor and arch. Now take it back, round it up, hold it for 5 counts. Squeezing your glutes here, pushing away from the floor, and then bring it back and lift up. Let's do it one more time together. Let's push your hands in, round the back, squeeze your glutes, and release back up, head up, belly to the floor, and then back to neutral spine. That one's great. You can do it, say for 30 seconds or maybe do 10 reps. Next one, while we're on the floor, is thread the needle. This is great for getting mobility in your upper back and your torso up here. So we're going to come down to the ground. Hands are going to come out in front. And you're going to sit your hips back while you take one arm under the other and reach. Okay, go down as far as you're comfortable with. You'll even get a nice stretch in this muscle in the low back on the side here. Okay, so hold and then bring it up and then just switch sides. And inhale as you bring it up. Exhale as you slide it under. As you connect your breath with your movement, you'll be able to go a little bit deeper. Inhale and then exhale. Good, and then you can do the same thing. You can repeat that for, say, 10 reps or 30 seconds, however you want to time yourself or count. Okay, the next one is an adductor rock. We're just going to take our foot out to the side since we're already down here. And you can do this one standing also, so you would just be here and come out, and you're just feeling that stretch in the inside of your leg, okay? When you're down on the floor, you get a little bit more mobility, so you get a little more movement here. So hands come down under your shoulders, and you're just going to rock forward and then backwards. Sitting your butt towards your heel, forward and backward. And now you can even get a little bit deeper, is to take this foot that's out and move it back just a little bit as you rock forward and back. Good, so you'll want to do that again, like I said, 30 seconds or 10 reps, something like that. And then we'll switch sides. I'll do it from this side so you can kind of see better. Take this foot out, hands under your shoulders, and we sit back, feel that stretch, and then bring it up. It's nice and slow movement, just feel the stretch, breathe into it, exhale as you stretch. Here, set your heels or your hips back towards your heels, and then up and down. Good. Okay, I've got one more for you, and this one is one of my favorites, and I'm going to share it with you. I sit at a desk during the day, and my low back gets tight sometimes, so this one is really, really great. So it's a hip flexor stretch. So you're going to bring one knee up, okay? And so I'm at a 90-degree angle here, so knees under my hip, other knees out, knees over your heel. First, before we do the stretch, I want you to squeeze your tush. For the knee that's down, that glute, I want you to squeeze. You can squeeze both. Squeeze it nice and tight, okay? So push your hips under and squeeze the glutes. Now push forward gently so that you feel that stretch in the front of your leg, this hip flexor right here, and it might even feel it into your quad. So here, and hold, squeeze the glute for 10 counts. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now stay here. I want you to not squeeze the glute, but you might be able to go a little bit further. Make sure you don't arch that back though. Keep your tailbone tucked, but you might be able to go a little bit further for 5 counts. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now squeeze that glute again. We're going to count for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the glute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is PNF stretching, and it is so amazing for your flexibility. And you actually feel that release. You can go a little bit farther into your stretch. So let's do the other side. Okay, so engage the glutes, tuck your tailbone, squeeze your tush. Now go as far as you're comfortable with, getting that nice stretch in your hip flexor. Chest is up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the glute. Don't let your low back arch. Ease into that stretch. All right, now squeeze the glute again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. 3, 2, 1. Good, nice job. I hope these stretches help you. Do them in the evenings. Before bedtime is a great time to stretch, and it just loosens up your body, especially if you have any imbalances. If you're not sure if you have imbalances, we could do a form check with you or an assessment, but it's something that you really should try to incorporate into your nightly routine. Stretching is great for the body and increasing your mobility. It's just going to make everyday movements a lot better. So, all right, have a great day.